Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator Bush Trip 4 of the Nevada. I'm sure those words should probably go in a different order, but good enough. We're going from Manzanar Airport to Madame Airstrip, 067 to 056. Let's get going. You know what? I'm refueling. There we go. Refueling. Looking a little bit dry there. Let's go. What do we want? We haven't got it at the right thing on the screen. Where are we? We want 313 for 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Thank you, game. Again, with the covering of the entire screen to tell me something that is not that important. Right, so Independence, as you take flight from Manzanar, pick back up with Route 395. Heading north, the highway will lead you to another small town, Independence. Cool name for a town, cool name for a town. That's the highway on our left, that's the canal on our right. Let's get going. Or aqueduct, or whatever it is it prefers to be called. Would have helped if I'd started the clock. Anyway, so we're heading to this town, obviously where we're headed. The town that we can see on the highway here. We're missing out on our clock is not fatal. We'd probably done about a minute so before I started it. Another couple of minutes to the town, I think, is looking pretty true. Pretty spot on. Well, let's trim down a bit, power down a bit. Maybe trim up a little bit more. Try to find a good equilibrium. Look at those mountains, they're incredible. With the clouds on top of them, that's good as well. I love that, love it. Go away! Why? I don't think there's a way of turning that off. If only there was. And what's wrong with your servers, Flight Sim, huh? My internet connection is marvelous. It's not me. It's you. Wow, look at the size of these buildings. Hotels or something, I guess. You know? Kind of weird. I get that one might be a mall or something. Well, maybe not. There's not much parking. Tiny town with big buildings. Interesting. It's got its own runway as well. Interesting. Just interesting. I don't know. I'm lost for words. Alright, okay, so I think we're probably at the right spot now. So we want 342 for 10 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's remember to reset our clock. There we go. Oh, we've missed 342. Let's head back to 342. And we're headed to Tinamaha Reservoir. Use the road as your guide and continue north. Find telltale lava flows and cinder cones of the Big Pine volcanic field to the west. Then, a bit further on, situated east of the highway, the Tinamaha Reservoir. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I suppose those are the volcanic fields all the way over there on the left. At the base of those mountains. And then, yeah, in 9 minutes or so, I guess we'll run into a reservoir. just enjoy the scenery in the meantime. Amazing plane. I just, as in the geological thing, not the device that I'm using. Just, it's huge. It's huge. Oh, back to 342. There we go. Open window to here only. Doesn't even really look like you can't really see the window. You just yeah, there's a bit of sort of reflection on the back there that makes you see the glass. So this side's much more obviously glass. Well, very clean glass is what's going on there. Back on course would be a good idea, I think. A nice squiz at the volcanic, what did it say? Volcanic fields? Big pine. Well, I didn't see lone pine. I'm not seeing big pine either. I think they're fibbing. Didn't realise we had a co-pilot. Hello, co-pilot. Hope you're enjoying the flight as well. Be cool if you could set it so that you could see the co-pilot in first person lens. But apparently not. Me immersion. I'm beginning to see the hints of a body of water on here. So that must be the reservoir. The reservoir. We've done, in case you're wondering, 4 minutes 20 seconds, 420. Of 10 minutes, 6 seconds. I'm not quite halfway there, but getting there. We're about to intersect El Road again. Here's a question I have. What's with the turns? Like, there's no town, there's a little town there, so maybe that's why there's a turn. Why did they decide to head off in that direction and then do a sharp left turn? Yeah, I assume there's excellent reasons for it, geological or whatever. Seems a bit weird to me. Why not just sort of head the road up this way and, you know, I guess you're running along a river here, so you didn't have much choice of where the road had to go, but you know, why have they gone like this and then like that? Kill. Oh. Wait, it's not a road. I'm an idiot. It's the canal. It's the aqueduct. Well, then it had to flow downhill, so I guess that's the only way it could have gone. And then it's become this river here. Duh. Duh. There's the road over there. There you go. You turn your brain on and suddenly the answers appear. Oh, this must be Tinamaha Reservoir. We've done 6.5 minutes of the 10. Nice little lush, swampy, foresty area around the river. Some little service roads for the stanchions, the electricity pylons. And then all sorts of other little roads and tracks leading to who knows where, little hidden things in the hills. Uh-oh, I bumped the keyboard, I have moved my rudder. As we have learnt before, that can be disastrous. We're back to having a plane, or the settings have fixed themselves such that the rudder resets itself as it should. Whereas before, was it this plane or was it the previous plane in the previous trip? If you put the rudder to the side, it stayed there, which isn't how it's meant to work. It made it quite difficult. Alright, we're at 8 minutes of 10, and I think we're going to arrive at this reservoir a bit early. But that's fine. That's fine, so long as we arrive. What have we got on the side of the reservoir here? It's a long strip of what would almost be a runway, but it isn't. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. No, I don't know. Some kind of... I don't know. What would that be? What is that? Is it actually water that's been held there, or... Don't know. Don't know. What the f... Okay, the aliens, we finally... Well, we've found some more aliens. Hello, game. You have rendered in a giant spire. When good algorithms go bad. Right, I'm going to start our next turn, which is 321. I guess it's going to be sort of heading towards along that road over there, so... We'll do it now, trying to hopefully avoid the alien spacecraft that has landed over there. 321 for 433. A big pine. Perhaps that's Big Pine over there. A short distance northwest, you'll pass the craggy rise of Crater Mountain as you make your way towards Big Pine proper, a town that still bears the geological scars of a massive 1872 earthquake. Well, I can see the town. It's in the shadow of the alien spacecraft. What are you... Look at... What's going on over... Is that correct as well? Has the algorithm just gone mad? Is this a river that's suddenly meant to be flat? What's going on? The game's falling apart. Reality can't hold. The simulation, it's breaking down. Or is that actually... Is there actually a hill like that and that's a road on top? No, that's it. That's a river. That's a river that's got the wrong... it's got the wrong height data on it or something. I mean, I've done this bush trip before, And I don't remember the alien spacecraft, so that must be in a recent patch. And yeah, I don't recall those weird hills that I don't think are real. Anyway, it all adds spice to the experience. That spire. Must be like a small house or something that just has the wrong height data, or corrupted height data. Could just be a rock. Alright, following the road. This must be Big Pine in front of us. Big Pine. I forgot. I was going to look up, why are these fields circular? I assume it's some space saving, or... See, this might be the clue here. Maybe it's in the quadrants here. You know, this might be the fresh ones, then you plant that one, and it just makes it easier to to know where you're up to in the rotation of crops. Whereas if you just have sort of square rectangular ones, you have to remember this field is the new one, this field's the one that needs to be picked. Might just basically you keep picking and planting as you go, and maybe you do a whole circle in a year, or a whole circle in a season or something. I'm not a farmer. My knowledge of farming is embarrassingly low. So this must be Big Pine, named for the alien ziggurat that is nearby. Bit bigger than the previous town. Couple of sort of factories or farms on the edges. Baseball diamond. Very nice, very nice. We've got a little track here. We'll get sort of into above the town proper, and then we'll start our next turn, which actually we're already so far off course that it's not going to make much difference. So next turn was 324 for 8 minutes 41. And we're headed to Bishop. Oh, that's the Bishop's Hat over there. Keep following Highway 395 and it will guide you past the glistening waters of Klondike Lake to the town of Bishop, California, aka the mule capital of the world. The mule capital of the world. Well, we're continuing to follow the highway. And let's see. So this must be Klondike Lake in front of us. And then somewhere about about 8 minutes away, so probably past the monolith over there. I've accepted it as part of the world now, you know. The weirdness of it has rubbed off, and it's like, hey, there is a giant, I don't know, what height are we? So, well, we don't know exactly because we're already high up. I think we're probably about 1,500, 2,000 feet. So it's sort of double that. So 4,000, 5,000 feet high rock formation that just happens to be sitting there near Big Pine, Nevada. Or California, actually, if we're Bishop, California, mule capital of the world. It's just... See, I want to see a lot... I want to be able to play with the settings of the algorithm, of the simulation. I would love to make a whole world that looks like it's got these things everywhere. You know? Make the Earth one-to-one aliens. Set the city density to the whole planet so it looks like Coruscant or something. You know, it just... You know it must be possible. You know the developers almost certainly have played around with that. I want to see it. I want to see it. Asobo or blackshark.ai, whoever it is responsible for that stuff. Turn the Earth into a science fiction looking thing. Show up Cyberpunk. Just turn the whole thing into Blade Runner. Must be pretty easy to do. Hell, someone's probably already done it. I haven't looked at this. There is a modding community out there, obviously for the flight sims, but I don't know that they do frivolous things like that. I object to having even like career mode. Oh, it's gone! No, it's left us! Did you see how quickly it left us? It had to be an alien spacecraft. Has that fixed? No, everything's still... The river's still, for some reason, up in the air, but... The alien spacecraft has now gone. Please do not come back with an armada. We are... Yes, we're not great as a species, and we do... we are quite insane at times, but, you know, give us another 10,000 years, and I reckon we'll probably be like 1% smarter than we are now, which will probably get us to 1%. Because right now, the human race, dumb as fuck. Ah, here's a town. So yeah, alright, so we've done 4 minutes of 8.5, so yeah, that'll be about right. Another 4 minutes to Bishop, where we'll hopefully see some mules. Spoiler alert, I don't think we'll see some mules. Just spectacular. The little town over there on the left, on the side of the hill. Tell me your mules. Little riverside town there. Again, I wonder if most of these towns are gold rush towns, given that it's mentioned a couple of them were. So yeah, a town against a river that's coming out of the mountains like that, yeah, that's where you'd expect to find specks of gold in the water. And then this town, again, probably at the conjunction of a couple of rivers. That's where towns tend to grow, near bodies of fresh water. Which, you know, obviously. I remember reading a Quora post. It was something along the lines of, why are most towns on rivers or something? I'm like, well, yeah, before we had desalination and the ability to truck and aqueduct water from ridiculous places, you needed fresh water to live. It's the number one thing we need as human beings. So you can't exactly build a town on top of a fucking mountain if there's no water there, or, you know, in the middle of a desert. You need the water. Alright, mule. No, bishop. It's not the bishop capital of the world, it's the mule capital of the world. The town, pretty big town, named Bishop. Quite impressive, really. It sort of stretches all the way out there, but then mostly it's just farmland in between sections of townage. I know that's not a word, but it is now. And then you've got this almost CBD, business centre section. Look, where are they keeping the mules at? Got its own airport. Every town here has its own airport. There's I don't know, another alien. That might be the, that might have been what the thing was. That's just the base. The alien, that's the alien landing pad. Alright, we have arrived at the bishop. Right, wow. It's a big fucker, isn't it? Oh my. It really is the big smoke. Alright, so next turn is 3:54 for 6 minutes 37. We're heading to the Chalfont Valley. 3:54. Here we go. As it passes through Bishop, Highway 395 splits off towards the west, but you'll want to keep your heading and pick up US Route 6. Outside the city limits, Route 6 will briefly bend east, only to then turn north again, aiming you at the town of Chalfont, at the foot of the White Mountain Wilderness area. Right, so this must be Route 6, I guess? Will briefly bend east. Ah yes, it is briefly bending east that way. And then also turning north again. So that's it there, I think. And then it must go... So that's where we're headed. Base of the, I guess, whatever mountain is straight ahead of us. In the White Mountain Wilderness area. Has the alien spacecraft returned? It has! There it is. It came back. Take me to your leader. Notice how it changes shape as well. It is not made of this dimension. It is an extrusion into 18th dimensional physics and other such nonsense. That you'd think I would be able to do better technobabble given how much sci-fi shit I watch. Alright, enough alien watching. To reality. More circular fields. Almost not a town, but a large farm over there, it looks like. Just a whole heap of almost desert here. I am seeing, well, I don't know, so we've still got another 4 minutes of this segment to do. Is that a town there? Possibly? No, that's not 4 minutes away. I think that's probably a couple of minutes away. Although we are heading to the Chalfont Valley. Aiming you at the town of Chalfont. Maybe another. So we've got another 3 minutes to go. I guess we're not moving that fast. I'm used to the previous planes that a couple of minutes was a long way, but this one's not that fast. It's just a little calm thing that just putters along peacefully. Puttering along peacefully in my little plane, heading to the Chalfant Valley. If you haven't watched my videos before, these longer trips, legs, tend to drive me insane. My mind wanders, I start singing stupid songs. I apologise. What more can I offer you? Feel free to smash that dislike button. My horrendous singing. But also like and subscribe. Yeah, alright, okay, so another minute and a half, and yeah, this must be Chalfant. Chalfant? Chalfant? Elephant? Yeah, which way here we got our elephant. It's kind of a cross between a chair and an elephant. And it's not just the singing that's bad. It's the accents and also the jokes. Again, maybe untick the dislike button and tick it again, just to make sure. Well, there's not much to you, is there, Chalfant? You're just a itty-bitty town. It's a bitsy teeny weeny town at the base of the mountains. Let's see, what's next? 3:35. Yeah, we're going to be following the road. So once we're like directly above the road, which now we are, I'm going to go 3:35 for 7 minutes and 3 seconds, which is following the road. Past Chalfant, tracts of farmland await, along with an isolated oblong body of water to the east. Balls Creek Ranch Lake is what we're headed towards. Tracts of farmland. I mean, yeah, here's some farmland, but the rest of it doesn't look particularly farmed. Oh, well, I guess that's coming up. It is a 7-minute segment, so that's all farmland up ahead, I guess. With its darker grass. Or is it water? I guess it's meant to be grass. Just dark, right? Maybe it was... No, I was going to say maybe it's the aerial photography, but no, that must be that colour compared to the rest of it. Look at these little farms. This guy's given up. He's not doing his farm anymore. He's got his circular thing, it's almost completely disappeared. Alas, it was not for him. He is now a merchant banker in New York. Falls Creek Ranch Lake. Okay. So, oblong body of water, apparently. Is the alien still there? No, it's taken off again. Man, it must be shuttling something. It's either stealing our water or taking our people or, you know, butchering our cows or something. Isn't that what aliens do? Give back our cows. In one piece. Stop probing our anuses. Unless we give you permission. It's like a kid's puzzle. You know those things that you've got square bits and circle things, and you have to, you know, put the square pegs in the round holes and whatnot. But they're farms. I'm not buying it. It's messages for the aliens. Let's not kid ourselves. We're sitting here saying that these are farms. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's either to say welcome aliens or landing strip over here, or fuck off, we don't want you to land here. Who knows? Who knows? I don't speak alien. But the Nevadans here do. Or Californians, or wherever the hell we are. I don't know whether it's a good thing that the good people of this valley are the ones that are responsible for dealing with our alien friends / enemies, or not. Let's hope so. Let's hope that they're up to the task and aren't, you know, selling off our natural resources for, you know, iPhone technology or something. Alright, so we've done 349 of 7, so we're heading to some lake. I'm not seeing it yet. Should be seeing it somewhere here. He checks that he's actually going in the right direction. He is. I can see, I think that's water rendering in there, but it doesn't really look like it's going to be much of a lake. More of just a puddle. What's this say? This is clearly a message. Clearly. And if you're not seeing that, then, you know, you're not reading the right websites. You gotta go to the batshit crazy ones, because that's where the truth is. Look up 111. No, 1111. I find there's a website out there dedicated to 1111, which I'm one of them. People always see, look at the clock and it's 1111 or 2311. Yeah, I found a website years ago, and there's this whole, I don't want to say cult, but it's a cult around it, that it's something from the netherworld reminding you that you're not, that this is all a simulation or something. And look, I'm not saying I believe any of that shit, but fuck yeah, I believe it. This must be the lake. This very thin carving. Yeah, you're not kidding that it's oblong. I mean, Falls Creek Ranch Lake. So where's... There must be a ranch here. This must be Falls Creek. That must be the ranch, and that's the lake. It just has way too much... Its name is way too long for such a minuscule joke of a piece of water. I'm sorry. It should just be called The Drip. Capital T, capital D. Falls Creek Ranch Lake. You're kidding yourself, aren't you? Anyway, once we're above it, we'll make our next turn and prepare our next rant of madness. This time on the subject of the lizard people, which is, you know, obviously what's going on in the world. Fucking lizard people. Alright, we are above it, so let's 323 for 456. Headed to Banton. Carry on up the road as rolling hills rise to the west and the town of Benton comes into view ahead. You'll know you've arrived when you reach the main crossroads and see the town's scattered collection of trees amidst the desert. Okay? If you says so. Some more alien riding. What do we want? 323. Oh, well, I'm basically following the road. I'm not really following the direction, but hey, let's do as we're told. Otherwise the lizard people will get us. And blah 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 Benton. Main crossroads. Scattered trees. Not really seeing it yet, but we are another 4 minutes away. The nice mountains back in the distance now. Wow, we're all the way over there just a mere half an hour ago. Flying is spectacular that way. You know? It seems like so much has transpired since we saw the alien spacecraft. And yet, only been 20 minutes. Beginning to see a bit of a town. Yes, yes. So that'll be a Benton. We've got our road. Not quite as impressive as it was when it was the highway, but this is just the Route 6, was it? Something like that. Highway to the danger zone. Where was Top Gun set? That was like out this way somewhere, wasn't it? You know? Californian Air Base, wasn't it? Maybe? More wards to either protect against or welcome aliens here. Alright, so another minute and a half to go until it's turn time, according to the clock. But yeah, this must be Benton here. We're going to fly over the top of it, and then turn. And given that we've been following these roads this whole time, I can guess that we're going to turn probably slightly to the right. Because that's where the road's going. You're quite spread out for such a small town, aren't you? You've got a couple of houses here, and then a couple there, a little cul-de-sac that has about 500 cars currently driving through it. It must be a party. We've got some kind of weird thing here. Is that maybe like a shooting range or something, maybe? And then the vastness of the middle of Benton here with its 5 houses and shops. I'm just kidding, I love you. Good job, Benton. Alright, time to turn. 13 degrees for 4 minutes 45. This is the last segment on this leg. We're heading to Madame Airstrip, or as I'm sure the Americans call it, Madame or Madam. I'm just going to go Madam. That's how we would say it in Australian. Outside of Benton, Route 6 bends northeast. Yes, it does. Pointing you directly towards the desert peak of Mount Montgomery. I'm not seeing that many peaks, but anyway. And the borderline between California and Nevada. Once you've crossed over, look for the remains of an old ranch on the west side of the road. Locals call the dirt runway beside it Madame Airport. And it's the next stop on your tour of the High Sierra. Excellent. Excellent. Now, I'm supposed to be doing 13 degrees, even though that's sort of taking me away from the road, but there we go. There we go. So, I'm heading towards the peak of a mountain, apparently, which is meant to be... What? Really? And it's the borderline between... What? Where's the borderline? Which mountain? Is it there? What are you talking about? Bullshit. Yeah, bullshit, I'm telling you. Right, now, unfortunately this is one of these dirt strips that pretty much just looks like everything around it, so we're still another 4 minutes away, so we're not there yet, or 3 minutes away, sorry. And it was on the west side of the road, so the road's curving around like so. And then there must be an airport over here somewhere. Okay, well, perhaps this is the peak, this one? I see what it means. Once you've crossed over, not the peak, it means the road. Once I cross over the road, I should see the airport. Right. Ambiguously worded. One last check for aliens. No aliens. Quickly. Yeah, sometimes you have to look really quickly, but no aliens. Oh well. Can't say we didn't get our fill of aliens this trip. There is a bit of something going on just on the other side of the road there. Is that the airport? Probably a bit early for it to be the airport. And it is near next to the road. This could actually be it. I'm not quite seeing where the runway is in that case. That is it. That is it, I think. And I have no idea, but I think the runway must... No, this isn't it. I take it all back. Maybe that's it over here. Yeah, no, it's not here. Oh, I was meant to be 13, so yeah, I've sort of gone in the wrong direction. Yeah, that's it there. That's it there. That's the road I'm seeing on the picture. Yep, this is the runway. I know it doesn't look like a runway, and it looks like it'd just be easier to land on the road, but such is how these little dirt strips are. Let's slow her down, get our flaps down, because that's important. Okay, 1 stage flap, 2 stage flap. Let's go to first person and get ourselves a land up in the proper way. We're coming in too short, so we give it a bit of power. That's looking a little bit better. And I promise you this terrible French accent that I am doing will stop very soon. Yeah, we're good. We're going alright. We're going alright. It's fucking smaller than the span of my wheels. This isn't a runway. This is a lie. This bullshit. Alright. Power down. Start our flaring. Bounce a bit. Bounce a bit more. Land, alright. Start braking a bit. Try not to tip. Take off the brakes a bit. There we go. It's registering. There it is, leg 4 of the Nevada bush trip. Although it's called the Nevada bush trip, but apparently we've been in California this whole time. But it sounds like we're now going to be in Nevada for the rest of the trip, which, yay. Yay. Let's hope we find some more aliens. We've had, you know, quite a few alien sightings on these trips. So anyway, look forward to that in a couple of days for the next one on the channel. Hope to see you then. Au revoir. Goodbye.